This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea. Dear listeners, now we start English language service of Voice of Korea from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Now here's mixed chorus, sung of General Kim Il-sung.
Sobre la zona hoy.
Now here's main course, Song of General Kim Jong-il.
You are listening to VOK, Voice of Korea News Now. The three revolution team members from across the country on the study tour of the revolutionary battle sites in the area of Mount Baekdu hastened their march and arrived at the old home of the great leader Kim Jong-il in the Baekdusan secret camp. They held an oath-taking meeting at the education yard before the mosaic mural of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and the anti-Japanese war heroine Kim Jong-su to accomplish the revolutionary course of Juche that started in the Baekdu to the end through generations under the leadership of the respected comrade Kim Jong-un. After the meeting, they looked around the Baekdusan secret camp. Listening to an explanation on the greatness of Kim Jong-il, they watched with deep emotion the mementos preserved in his old home. At the headquarters log cabin with the fluttering red flag of the revolution, they grasped once again the undying exploits for national liberation performed by Kim Il-sung, who led the anti-Japanese revolutionary war to victory. They made a study tour of Mount Baekdu, the sacred mountain of revolution, implanting the ever-victorious fighting spirit in the minds of the Korean people. They plowed their way through virgin snow to climb the top of the mountain and raised shouts of hurrah. Colors of the Korean People's Army have been amended. Colors are the banner of victory and glory and symbol of the heroic Korean People's Army, associated with the noble lives of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, the founder and builder of the revolutionary armed forces, and pulsating with the faith and spirit of the service personnel of the People's Army to defend the revolutionary cause of Juche with arms under the leadership of the respected comrade Kim Jong-un. In the course of implementing the ideal line of the Great Workers' Party of Korea on building a powerful army, many units of services and arms of the People's Army have been expanded and reorganized and given important operational and combat tasks according to the new situations and circumstances, and the strategic and tactical missions of all units changed. The colors have been amended in conformity with the strategic missions of the units at all levels of the Korean People's Army, which has been developed into the strongest revolutionary army in the world under the leadership of the party. The glorious colors have fully displayed their dignity and honor in the military parade for celebrating the 75th founding anniversary of the Korean People's Army. The activists in the assistance to the army who were invited to the celebrations of the 75th founding anniversary of the Korean People's Army visited different places in Pyongyang City. They called at the Patriotic Martyr Cemetery in Sinmiri and the National Gifts Exhibition House. At the Museum of Arms and Equipment of the Korean People's Army, they looked around in great excitement, the latest arms and equipment showing the remarkable development of the defense science and munitions industry. Visiting the Central Class Education House, they keenly felt that the bloody do-or-die struggle to defend our ideology, our system, and our faith continues today too. They also visited the Victorious Fatherland Liberation War Museum and the Fatherland Liberation War Martyrs Cemetery. Successes are made in the field of coal industry in hearty response to the decisions of the 6th plenary meeting of the 8th Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. The Bukchang Area Youth Coal Mining Complex directs main efforts to strengthening the material and technical foundations for increased production, while pushing forward with the current and prospective production simultaneously by bringing the creativity and enthusiasm of the producers into full play. The complex is recording good production results every day after fulfilling its coal production plan for January. The Gatsun Area Coal Mining Complex plans and commences the work in detail to push ahead with the current and prospective production without partiality by giving precedence to the prospecting and tunneling. Its colliers have increased the production 1.2 times as against the same period of last year through sequence drilling and sequence blasting. Preparations for attaining the goal of rural housing construction this year are actively promoted across the country to carry out the decisions of the 6th plenary meeting of the 8th Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. Pyongyang City strengthens the construction guidance forces and skilled workers and raises the technical knowledge and skills of new workers through regular technical studies, training courses, and persons' key work for the successful construction of rural houses. South Pyongyang Province supplies the construction brigades with sufficient amount of necessary equipment and tools and actively readjusts and reinforces the building materials production bases. North Hwanghae Province conducts a brisk mass technical innovation movement to accelerate the building of a large-scale tile factory. North Pyongyang Province, Nampur City, and other parts of the country produce diverse finishing building materials with locally available raw materials and give precedence to the supply of materials such as aggregate, timber, and reinforcement bars. Building materials producers are improving the quality of products. The Pyongyang Donghyang Building Materials Factory directs efforts to turning the improvement of the quality of products into an undertaking by the masses themselves and establishing a more scientific quality control system. The factory induces all its employees to always remember that the quality improvement precisely means increased production, economy, and patriotism, further enhance their sense of responsibility and role in their work, and thus make only products of good quality. The Pyongyang Metal Building Materials Factory encourages its employees to conduct a brisk mass technical innovation movement for improving the quality of products, proving effective in the production. And that's the end of the news, read by Cha Yun-kyung in Pyongyang.